Thank you very much. We come to almost the closure of our conference. And as you can see on the program, we now have the presentation of the draft Buenos Aires Plan of Global Action for International Justice and Against Impunity. And that's this document. It was distributed in the course of the day. Everybody has it, I presume, in French or Spanish or English language. I will not go over the document. It has 3 pages, but what struck me is that it's a plan of action. And of course, that's very important because we're not only talking here during the conference, but we really need to have action because we need to see results. If you go to the document, you see that there are 2 chapters. The first chapter is on the impact of the Rome Statute system on global affairs, domestic jurisdiction, atrocity prevention, and the imperative to achieve peace with justice. And you can see that there are 7 bullet points under Chapter 1, and Chapter 2 is on the challenges for international criminal justice, and it has 3 bullet points, numbers 8, 9, and 10. So what I would like to do, what I would like to do is to open the floor if there are any questions about this plan of action. And unfortunately, I have to tell you that we have to make it short questions and short answers. But let's see if somebody would like to open the floor for a question about the plan of action. Let me turn to Argentina.
Bueno, muchas gracias. Más que una pregunta, es una sugerencia muy pequeña sobre un punto de redacción. En el plan de acción 1A, que dice, a tal efecto, crear oportunidades estratégicas y tácticas para que los parlamentarios se involucren con su gobierno y con la sociedad en general a fin de garantizar que nuestros estados ratifiquen y apliquen plenamente el Estatuto de Roma. Y a partir de ahí, la propuesta sería que, al menos en el español, en lugar de que diga así como proporcionen la cooperación, diga y se comprometan con la cooperación, el apoyo y los medios necesarios.
Thank you. I'll turn to David because he will give you the answer.
Yes, I think we can fix all these wordings, and of course your ones are perfect as far as I understand Spanish. But what we will do is that this document, once it is adopted today, will also be up for 1 week for improvements of the text in the 3 languages, because it has been written in English, unfortunately. That's the leading language, whether we like it or not. And then the translation can be improved. So for this type of commentaries, which are very useful to us, give it to us in writing, and we will make sure that they will be posted online and sent to all of you in their final version.
Thank you, David. This is a very important addition because now we know that we have a basic text, but we get some time to really review it and to make some suggestions about the text. And of course, that will be dispersed again among the members. Is there anybody else who would like?
I just want to ask Margarita.
Please take the floor.
Margarita, ¿vos crees que no es solo una cuestión de redacción, sino que tiene una cuestión de sentido también? Que poner y se comprometan sería más vinculante, o sea, no sería solamente una revisión de gramatical, sino una de alcance vinculante, digamos. Ok. Perfecto. No, digo por si hay alguien que no esté de acuerdo por ahí en...
I saw that Millie from Kenya would like to take the floor. Please go ahead, Millie. Microphone.
Thank you. My suggestion is if you look at 1A, towards the end, the last, I think the second last line, support and means for the ICC and subsidiary bodies, starting with the Trust Fund for Victims, to realize their indispensable mandate. My proposal is that we have a paragraph B specifically on the trust fund, because you have countries, for instance, like Kenya, where the cases were not really concluded to the benefit of the victims, so the trust fund is something that victims can get solace in. And the way it is couched right now sort of makes it a by the way. And yet I think the trust fund is a very important structure for victims. So could we find stronger language for the trust fund and give it a paragraph on its own? Thank you.
Do you want to answer? David, please.
Yes. We also have a dedicated paragraph, maybe it's paragraph 6. I draw your attention to paragraph 6. So that's about the reparative mandate of the system and with a specific role that the trust fund has. So if that one maybe could be the basis for any further specification. Of course, the situation of Kenya is very critical. We know that. It's very, very important. The problem is that if we start mentioning one situation, then of course we run the risk of giving the message that we are excluding another. But I think we can find a way that can reflect your point. If you can have suggestions on this paragraph 6, then we can definitely improve it.
Are there any other questions? Yes, Mexico, go ahead.
Gracias. En el punto 4, haciendo eco de lo que decía Luis von der Wiedet, ojalá hubiera una mención, por lo menos invitativa, a que se considerara a las víctimas en los procesos de discusión o de armonización legislativa, porque creo que hacemos un vacío si no invitamos a que las víctimas tengan un rol activo, o por lo menos que en el proceso de consideración ahí esté. Al menos desde donde yo vengo, hay un esfuerzo no solo por visibilizarles, sino por hacerles sujetos de derechos, no solo objetos de derechos. Entonces, si tuviéramos una mención en ese proceso de armonización a la consideración y participación de las víctimas, no tengo una redacción, pero sí la idea. Y eso, pues, ahí les toca a ustedes. Gracias.
Thank you.
Yes.
David?
So my suggestion would be that after the sentence would follow, ensure the adoption of domestic legislation that incorporates the definition of the crimes and general principles under the Rome Statute in its amended version, comma, the rights of victims, comma, as well as that secures full cooperation with the ICC. So that we have the specific
Yeah,
reference.
then it has been made very explicit. Lord from the UK.
Thank you. My question is about 10B, which I fully support, of course, about the need to provide the ICC with the necessary means. My fear is that the budget and resources are now at a critical level, given the scale of the challenges. And it's whether, when you're reflecting on the text, next stage, whether that could be more specific about the financial obligations, including meeting the requirements that the ICC itself have called for, including certain members' parties who've not delivered on what they had committed to already, so that we have much clearer information when we are back in our parliaments, rather than a generic term. It would be useful to have a bit more weaponry in our armory.
So actually what you're saying is under 10b, where the text says provide the ICC with the necessary means, you want to make it more detailed so that parliaments understand and governments that they have to step up.
Even if it's just an extra half a line specifically about the budgetary resources. I don't know, David, what you think about that.
Thank you for your proposal. I don't see any more questions, so then I will turn the floor, or give the floor to... Oh, there is somewhere. The Dominican Republic. Excuse me, I didn't see you.
Gracias. Bueno, gracias. Solo establecer que creo que podemos aprobar el documento con los dos principios básicos que establecen, ¿no? Sobre el impacto del sistema del Estatuto de Roma en los asuntos globales, las jurisdicciones nacionales, la prevención de autoridades y el imperativo de lograr la paz con justicia social. Y el segundo elemento sobre la justicia penal internacional y su desafío. Me parece que podemos aprobar el documento en principio y acoger las sugerencias que se han planteado, que son válidas todas, si nos ponemos de acuerdo que estos dos principios son los que van a regir el documento. Si estamos de acuerdo con esos dos principios que van a regir el documento, entonces las observaciones que han hecho los parlamentarios podemos adoptarlas, pero que lo aprobemos en base a esos dos principios. Es lo que estoy sugiriendo formalmente.
Thank you. Our procedure, Honorable, is that what we will do after this meeting, also reflecting some of your input already, for example, the one of Senator Alvarez, and I have a proposal for the one of Lord Purvis, is that we put it online for 1 week. And then if you have commentaries or input, then we commit to reflect it, and then we will publish it in the final version, which will also mean that also from a drafting and translation point of view, we realign the French and the Spanish fully to the English, because I'm sure that we might have made some mistakes. We did it between yesterday night and this morning. For the proposal of Lord Purvis, I would say the means here, Honorable, relates to the Security Council. So this is only about the Security Council. So it's what we can make it more specific and say the necessary financial and logistical means, which the Security Council can, if it wants, provide to the ICC when it refers situations, and these are the two situations of Libya and of Darfur, Sudan, where the Security Council never gave anything into the budget of the court, and the entire cost of these investigations and trials have been on the burden, on the shoulders of the state parties exclusively, so far.
Thank you. I see that our colleague from Peru would like to take the floor. Please go ahead.
Bueno, muy buenas tardes. Nuevamente yo quisiera participar sobre el punto 2, el numeral 10, inciso literal B, donde dice Corte Penal Internacional de los medios necesarios. Efectivamente, los Estados partes, cuando asumen para estar dentro de CPI, tienen que garantizar para un mejor funcionamiento, porque si no, ¿cómo funciona el corte si no hay medios necesarios? Por ejemplo, hay que ponerlo en este caso los medios financieros y logísticos, porque si no hay medios financieros y logísticos, definitivamente, pues, si nosotros queremos que la Corte Penal Internacional funcione correctamente, entonces es muy importante que los Estados partes, o aquí también el literal B, que garanticen el Consejo Nacional de las Naciones Unidas. Entonces eso tiene que estar bien, que quede bien claro, que es muy importante los sistemas financieros y logísticos para que el corte funcione perfectamente.
Thank you. David, would you like to respond?
Yes, I think insofar as the Security Council support is concerned, I think your comments are, I believe, addressed by this amendment, adding the words financial and logistical means. The means that the state parties are instead expected to give are covered in the paragraph 1A. And I think if I can say so, and I see the chairwoman of the Assembly of State Parties, I think this meeting in and of itself might have helped in this search for means. So it's, I think I think things are moving forward, and Parliament certainly have the power to decide the national budget. So it is really your duty when going back home to ask what is the contribution that your country is giving to the court? Is it paid on time? Because the court has some difficulties in respect of its budget, and certainly the court should not have the budget lowered down or reduced because of states' decisions that are not communicated to Parliament. So I think you should make your voice heard with your foreign ministries about, before that they go on the 5th of December to the Assembly of State Parties in The Hague.
I see there are no more questions. Is that correct? Because then I will give the floor to our President of PGA, the Honorable Kasturi Pato. You have the floor, please.
Thank you very much, Boris. First and foremost, again, I would like to thank the Parliament and the Speaker's Office, and also the PGA Chair for the Argentinian chapter, my colleague, Senator Lucila, to all MPs and lawmakers who are still here with us today. Thank you, and also special thanks to the Office of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and also to the staff of PGA who have been working so hard to make this event possible in Argentina. Now, after 2 days of deliberations and discussions, debates and conversations on the ratification of the Rome Statute, we have come to the part of our program where we, together in one voice, whether we want to adopt or not the Buenos Aires Plan of Global Action. I would like to ask if there is any objection to the adoption of this plan of action. I don't see any hands up. I will then conclude that everyone here unanimously supports the Buenos Aires Plan of Global Action, and as David has pointed out, we have 1 week to go through the document online. If there are any proposals, suggestions and amendments to the document that we'd like to see, to strengthen the document so that it becomes not just a plan of action for us, but for other lawmakers everywhere else in the world. With that, I would like to ask... And thank you for being around today. Senator Lucila, would you like to say something?
Muchas gracias. Bueno, muchísimas gracias a todos los presentes. Quiero ser muy breve porque ya tendrá el cierre Ramiro Gutiérrez, nuestro diputado. Creo que lo más importante que nos llevamos de estas jornadas es la vocación de cooperación internacional que tenemos los parlamentarios, y que este tipo de jornadas nos permiten tomar la verdadera dimensión de lo que significa la paz en el mundo y el riesgo que corre la paz permanentemente. Este tipo de eventos nos permite salirnos desde nuestro centro y poder ver qué pasa en el mundo y poder comprender las situaciones tan difíciles que suceden en muchos países, que incluso nosotros tenemos una lejanía física y eso pareciera que nos cuesta más tomar la dimensión de las atrocidades que el hombre es capaz de cometer. Creo que hay que resaltar el honorable trabajo de la Corte Penal Internacional y sobre todo también su compromiso para estar en este contacto con los parlamentarios, en una interactuación, en una demanda de cooperación, pudiéndonos asistir además en aquellos asesoramientos y necesidades y demandas que tenemos los parlamentarios para poder adaptar nuestra legislación interna y verdaderamente poder cumplir con un sistema de derechos que resguarde el sistema de derechos humanos. Creo que hemos dicho muchas cosas, que tenemos la posibilidad de volver a ver todas las intervenciones porque ha sido grabado todo el evento y seguramente este año que termina podremos reflexionar mucho para empezar un nuevo año con una agenda de temas que realmente impulsen una agenda de ejecución de acciones concretas y que no solo quedemos en las cuestiones declarativas. El mundo necesita realmente de una acción concreta. Hemos llegado a niveles de violencia inauditos y creo que nuestro rol justamente dignifica el rol de los parlamentarios con estos eventos y con este compromiso que asumimos. Así que les quiero agradecer nuevamente que hayan estado aquí en la Argentina, que hayan venido hasta nuestro país y espero que tengamos oportunidad de generar nuevos encuentros. Así que muchas gracias.
Bueno, y ahora sí le voy a dar la palabra a quien verdaderamente tiene que cerrar el evento, que es el diputado Ramiro Gutiérrez, que además es un experto en estos temas. Así que, Ramiro, te doy la palabra.
Bueno, hemos llegado al final. Bien. Quiero agradecer a la presidenta de esta casa, que es una mujer valiosa, a Cecilia Moró, que nos ha brindado la oportunidad de que podamos debatir, construir ideas desde este Parlamento, a Sergio Massa, que tomó en su momento los primeros pasos, y a Carlita Pitiot, que está ahí, que fue la gran impulsora para que esto suceda, a la presidenta del capítulo argentino, a la querida Lucila Kressler, que es portadora siempre de buenas acciones, a la honorable presidenta de PGA, Casturi Pato, a nuestra jueza, la primera mujer, ¿no? Silvia Fernández de Guarmendi, al juez de la Corte Penal Internacional, al presidente Piotr Hofmansky, y a todos ustedes, a todas ustedes que han llegado desde tan lejos, decirles que esta Cámara se abrió, que todos los empleados nos la han puesto a disposición, han venido a trabajar para abastecernos, y recordar, para finalizar, que en la Primera Guerra Mundial los soldados le pusieron un nombre muy significativo a ese espacio muerto que había entre las trincheras. Se llamaba No Man Land, la tierra de nadie. Estos foros de acción global son grandes oportunidades para que las tierras vuelvan a ser de todos, para que en las tierras impere la justicia y sobre todo la paz. Muchas gracias a todos por venir.
Thank you very much to Mr. Ramiro Gutierrez for that remark. Once again, I'd like to thank the Parliament of Argentina, all the protocol staff, support staff, the Speaker's office, and everyone who had made this event possible. Thank you so much. And with that, please have a safe journey back home. Keep in touch. I hope you have done all your networkings, exchanging name cards, exchanging contact numbers. And it's not a one-time event that you attend just so that you could tick off your list. I have attended a PGA event and that's it. Our work starts now and it will be ongoing until we see real change happen as advocates and agents of justice, change, peace, hope, and above all, rule of law and democracy. Thank you so much. Bravo, bravo. Thank you. Muchas gracias por todo. Thank you.